Welcome back to the MartiniWorks Podcast. I'm Dakota, and I'm here with
Dustin
and
Giles. Hi, I'm over here.
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
As of right now, it's currently beautiful outside, but it's about to just rain for the rest of our lives, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's supposed to rain all week.
Nonstop.
Gross.
Yeah.
There's a flood warning today for the end of today, even though it's beautiful out right
There's
now.
like a flood watch, tornado warning, hail watch. Like, bro, what the fuck's what happened to this state?
Bring the thunder.
Yeah,
Dude.
It's pretty wild. Alex is currently down in Mexico.
Yeah.
He's out, so we got Dustin filling in. Always a pleasure to have him on the podcast. Dustin, what's new with you? What have you been working on?
I don't even want to talk about it. Next question, please.
No,
You're on a
gotta
podcast.
spill
So
the-
you
Story
legally
of my
have to
life.
talk about it.
I wish I was working on my stuff, but I just been working on the C4500. Forever and always a
You
project.
guys are
I
still
swear to
working
God.
on that thing? I thought we agreed we were selling it.
I almost pushed it into the street and lit it on fire.
Why
and then
didn't you?
roasted a marshmallow before I called the fire department the other
I feel
day.
like you should have just did it. For those that don't know, the C4500 is Alex's truck that you might not even know he has because it's just
You've
been,
probably never seen it.
it's
Yeah.
been under the knife since
Since
day
he got
one,
it,
pretty
yeah.
much.
What's gross is the other day I did the math for funsies on
no.
the number of dollars per mile we've driven to that, and it's dollars, not cents.
Oh
Let's
my
just put it that way.
God.
Yeah.
So, like, what happened with it now? Because I thought the last update was it's basically all there. We're doing the 500-mile break, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diff
so
is
was
in.
that? Yeah, that was after the diff went in, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
last time
So,
Alex talked about
so
it.
the good news is that the problems are getting smaller, right?
Okay.
I explained something this to someone the other day. I think the only bit of encouragement is that we started with really big problems. We started with we have a cracked piston, then we needed a rear diff, then we had brakes, then we had this, then we had, and so the problems are getting smaller, but there's still problems, right? So like right now, I'm gonna nerd out for a second. Let me nerd out.
do it up.
2 minutes. Okay, so that truck came with an LMM Duramax, right? They produced them between 06 and 08. The LMM, now Duramaxes fundamentally are pretty much the same from 2003 and a half when they went to LLY, all the way up to 2016. I mean, it really didn't change much.
Sure.
The LMM is the only year model where the EGR cooler is fed from the oil cooler housing, which sits on the back of the driver's side of the block. So there's a elbow where the coolant comes through the cooler and then back into the block, and then there's a line that comes up around the backside into the EGR cooler, and then that feeds your heater core. All the rest of them feed off the front of. There's an outlet on the water or on the thermostat outlet up on the top side. It just loops around. Super simple. When we built the engine, we technically put an LBZ back into it for a couple of different reasons. It's basically what guys do. Like DHD takes the blocks and puts kind of the best pieces of all the generations together, so you solve all the issues.
Yep.
They did it better than GM. Surprise. So when they built us an LBZ, which didn't have the water outlet. So we thought, okay, that's fine, right? We'll put an auxiliary pump in there to put heat, coolant through the heater core, and then obviously have heat. The auxiliary pump doesn't have enough to do it, so I had to get a new elbow, and then I had to get the new line, and then put it in, and then I forgot a gasket because I realized there was 2 gaskets on it, not one. So I put it in, it leaked, tore it back apart, put it back together, go to put the line in, and the manifolds on the C4500s are different than the pickup trucks, and so the line didn't fit, and I had to bend it, and it's just like, fuck. It's been a lot.
Yeah, it's a curse, and I think some of those things just need to go away.
Like the whole thing.
Yep.
The problem is we're so deeply buried into this thing that it's like,
The problem is you just
has
keep
to work.
digging, though. You
it
keep
has to work.
digging.
I know.
You can go as deep as you
You can
want.
get rid of it at any time you want.
Yeah, we'll never financially recover from it.
No, that was just a cursed vehicle. Unfortunately, it happens. I feel like there's vehicles out there that are just problem ridden.
Yeah.
I feel like I experienced it a bit with my Mark IV GTI that I bought my 20th anniversary. It had some stuff that needed to be done, but dude, I swear every time I put the key in the ignition, a new problem
Something
out
else
of
would
nowhere
happen.
would come up, and I was just chasing, and so it was one of my favorite cars I ever owned. I love that thing. That's kind of those old Volkswagens.
It's like the C4500 when it drives. It's like, God, this thing could be so good.
The potential is there.
So good, and it just keeps fighting me every fucking step of the way.
Yeah, it's nothing you did wrong. You're putting your heart in it, dude.
Trying.
You spent a lot of late nights on that thing.
It's a U-Haul, dude. It's literally a U-Haul.
The problem is, I think we bought someone else's problem. We didn't know it.
1,000%.
We didn't know it at the
That's
time,
it.
but there's been some shoddy mechanic work done on that thing in the past,
Sure.
and so we're uncovering a lot of those.
Gotcha.
The other day yesterday, I finally had it running. I went to go move our wedge trailer with it, go to flip the gooseneck ball over. Motherfucker's welded tight. Someone welded the plate in upside down, so that way you can't get it out. I was like, oh. Okay.
All right.
All right, that's cool.
So even when the truck is running, it can't even pull our new trailer. That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're going to have to get we'll have to put a new gooseneck ball in.
Love it.
Which is sick.
It's just nonstop.
Fuck that truck. Fuck that truck, dude.
I know it.
Did we figure out the thing where it just beeps constantly when it's on?
No, that's the bottom of the totem pole.
So we did. And
Oh, okay.
we did by disconnecting the chime box. So it doesn't chime at
You know what?
all.
I'll
Screw
take
it.
it.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
But that's another nuance, right? So like, I'm pretty sure the ABS module is out on it, and that's why it's beeping, because it has a brake warning, which is not the end of the world. Most like big rigs don't have ABS and whatever. It's fine. But
It's just another.
but here's the thing: you can't get the part.
Why?
GM doesn't make them anymore.
That's so weird.
So it's like, what the fuck do you do there? You know?
Yeah, really, you
you
got to
sell
go to
the
the
truck.
scrapyard
Yeah.
or something.
Light it on fire. That's.
I mean, I'm assuming it shared parts with other GMs.
some, but not. That's where it gets so difficult because it's a mid-sized truck. So it shares some parts with like the heavy duty or the 3/4 ton and 1 tons like my truck. But then there's others like the rear axle it shares with a fucking box truck, right? That's a Spicer rear axle. And the issue is it's too big to be small. So none of your local Chevy parts dealers have them, and it's too small to be big. So all the big dealers don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
And so it's in this like weird middle ground.
Nightmare.
Don't buy one. Don't buy one. Don't buy one. Buy a
Good.
semi.
I won't.
I'm gonna buy a Peterbilt. Fuck it.
All right.
Peterbilt would be sick. I could see Dustin ripping a Peter.
We'll have one in 5 years.
Okay.
Pinky promise. Mark my words.
5 years, huh?
C4500
Well, that
gotta be
means-
gone. Peter comes in.
Means we got to hold on to the C4500 for 5 years.
No.
10. To be honest with you, with what the amount of money we got buried in that stuff.
We're not legally binded to anything on that truck.
Yeah, we're legally
You guys
bound.
talk like you have to.
Well,
You don't have to.
That's true.
Been saying I like there's a lot of support too, even for like the S2K. A lot of people are like, no, Alex, like do it. You got it's like, yeah, but I think from an outside perspective it sounds good, but we've seen this car has been here for years, and that is another just problem ridden.
I'll die on that hill. That car's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that thing's got,
I love that car, and I cannot wait to drive that car.
no, that can go.
Nope,
That can go. We have plenty of other good cars. We have S15, we have GTT.
I would rather drive that car than the S15.
Go drive it.
I can't right now.
Yeah.
Drive it last
Why?
year.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
You couldn't drive
we
the S15
never
last
can
year.
because it's never done it.
Well, that's because Alex keeps pulling Jackson to work on other projects.
Yeah, I know.
Working on the dock.
There's a lot of projects going on, and I love S2000s, but if you could give me a bone stock S2K or this S2K all fixed up and put back together, I would take the bone stock S2K 1,000 times.
Really?
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
1,000,000%.
It's cool. It's cool. Trust me, I love the idea of it, especially when you got. But that's been nightmare car.
That's the same thing, though, right? I think that's another opportunity where we bought, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Dale, if you're listening to this, I know it wasn't you, right? But we kind of bought someone else's project there again, or we bought someone else's, maybe less than ideal work.
It needed some love right from the beginning.
Yeah, and then it was wired wrong, and it's just yeah.
I know. And then we got a new engine put in by a shop, and then there was some weird stuff with that. Even once that was done, it never ends.
A lot of hands in the pot. Nobody's done it. It's the same thing with the C45. There's been a lot of people in there. Nobody's really done it the right way. They've all kind of patched, and then eventually it comes to a head, and you have to kind of rip all of that back work off before you start again.
It causes more of a headache than anything.
100%. I think it's super important, and sometimes it costs more, but to just do it the right way from the beginning will save you so much money long term. I think even sometimes if you're a little bit nervous about picking up a vehicle, it's worth take to a shop and have it inspected for the $100 they charge, or $150 to do a vehicle inspection, because they might uncover a lot of things you didn't know or the seller didn't tell you. And it's also a big red flag if the seller's like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, if you're not willing to take a car to the shop and have somebody else look at it, dude, I'm out.
So sometimes it sucks to spend the initial extra money, but it can save you a ton of money in the long term. But speaking of picking up vehicles,
Yeah, big news.
I fucking did it.
Let's go.
Did it.
If I say it, I'm gonna do it.
Where's the air horn? Where's the air horn?
I'm gonna hit one, and I'm really sorry.
Hit it.
Better be the right
3,
one.
2, 1, go.
Which one do you want?
Press.
Air horn or applause?
Air Hornet.
Or do both?
Yeah.
Production value up 10%.
That's sick. So yeah, I
Tell us
picked
about
up a 1996 Volkswagen Golf Harlequin. If you've listened to the podcast for a while, you know I've been talking about it. If you followed me at all, you know I've been talking about it. I found old photos from Dakota Stone Photography back in the day where I was at a meet in like 2012, 2014, and I was photographing them because I fell in love with them instantly. And one of them even said like, God, I want a Volkswagen Golf Harlequin in the worst way. And after all this time, finally made it happen. Going to Riverside really pushed me to do it. Just because I love that atmosphere. I love the show. And it's like, man, I want to have something special that I can bring to something like this and enjoy with others and talk cars with people. Like I miss that. So the stars aligned. It was absolutely insane. I was putting out some posts looking for one. Kind of a lot of dead ends, honestly, because these cars are very hard to find. And then I had a budget that I had to stick to. And when you negotiate with Harlequin owners, you don't negotiate. Because
it kind of just is what it is, right?
Like they have their price that they want, and there isn't much to go off that. Because if you don't like their price, they're like, yeah, go find another one. Good luck.
Yeah, for real.
And that's about it. So I did talk to a few individuals. Couldn't quite meet, or like one needed some more work done to it before it would be drivable. Another one was damn near over 200,000 miles, and it was quite a steep asking price, even though it was in fairly good condition. But it was pretty dang far away. And then out of nowhere, shout out my buddy Edgar. He's the man. He messaged me. He's like, hey, I seen you were looking for one. Message this company. They're called Open Air Imports. I'm like, okay. I go on their page and I check it out. And what I didn't realize at the time is the Volkswagen Golf Harlequin was only made in North America. It was not made overseas. So
I didn't know that.
You can't import one from Germany or wherever like you'd think. The Polo was. The Polo you could get from over there. So I look kind of stupid messaging an importer to find a car that's just in the United States. But the stars aligned. He's like, it's so funny you message me right now. He's like, I have a personal friend that wanted to sell his on consignment. I'll give you the info if you're interested. We haven't listed it yet or anything like that. So here's some photos I have of it, and then I'll get you more info. And I looked and I'm like, dude, this thing is perfect. Like, this is fucking perfect. I mean, immaculate condition, 120,000 miles, manual, pistachio green base, number 111.
So cool.
The number alone is fucking sick.
It's sick.
And down in Florida, so Florida car, and it's basically stock. It has air suspension, wheels, and aftermarket steering wheel. Everything else is completely stock in that car, which is also nice to see. Interior, immaculate.
That's dope.
Immaculate condition. So then it was like, at that time, because it wasn't listed for sale yet, I didn't know the price. And I was like, this one's going to be fucking...
Yeah, no way it's going to come together, right?
The price aligned with what I was looking for. So I was like, dude, I will put money down. Let's make this happen. And I got to say, Open Air Imports was phenomenal to work with. The communication, I've never worked with a brand that had better communication than what they did. They were messaging me at 11 at night because my paranoid ass is trying to get this all figured out and sorted, and they would respond. So please don't send them messages at 11 at night. But they did work through, and they helped me through all of the process and made it so simple. Hooked it up with transport from Florida to Wisconsin. It was honestly a very fair price for what I thought for an enclosed trailer and stuff.
Florida, yeah.
Yeah, and they just made everything extremely easy and simple. So shout out Edgar for telling me about them, and then shout out Nate from Open Air Imports for making the process super easy. It wasn't like I was like cut a deal or anything to say this. I had a genuinely really good experience with them. And so I want to promote, places that I enjoy working with. So if you guys are interested in checking out importing a vehicle from Europe, they actually sell super insanely cool stuff through there. And everyone thinks of importing JDM stuff. There is a ton of really cool Euro stuff that you can import too. So check out their stuff. And if you're looking for something, you can ask them and they'll go search for it and see if they can find you what you're looking for.
I've always wanted a white silver Mark 7 Sirocco.
Dude,
so good. Dude, they're so good.
That would be sick. I don't think we're there for import laws yet.
We're definitely not.
But we got to see one in Japan when we were in Sirocco. Really neat. That was insane. That was the first time I love those cars as well.
They're rad.
But yeah, so a little bit nerve-wracking because the owner, very, very, very busy man. He had a lot of stuff going on, so communication was kind of slow in between. And I for buying a car sight unseen, especially of like this rarity, the nature of it, I didn't get like an absolute ton of photos. Like I never even seen the air ride setup before getting it. I never seen the rear seats. I didn't see the engine. Oh, no, I did see. I got one photo of the engine bay. And then the first video I received of the car was a video of it being loaded onto the trailer, and it was sent by the transporter. So I kind of had limited stuff.
Roll the dice.
But like, yeah, I rolled the dice a little bit, and you know, I've talked about this before. I've been burnt on sight unseen purchases, and I've had some huge wins on sight unseen purchases. So I tried to do my best, and really, what did it was Open Air Imports just being so truthful, honest, and answering any question I gave. They were able to do it. So I was like, okay, I think I trust this. Like everything seems legit, and yeah, it got delivered, and dude, it blew my expectations out of the water. I don't have anything bad to say about it. It's phenomenal. I absolutely love it. I'm so stoked, and it's truly a car that like I just want to keep for the rest of my life.
Hell yeah,
That's
super
mega,
cool.
dude.
Yeah,
To be able to find a car like that, man, that's incredible.
yeah, I'm so happy, and it feels so good too because it's like now I got the Golf Harlequin, I got the 4Runner, and I have the bike. So it's like I think I checked all the boxes.
You've got it done. Yeah.
If I need to go across country, if I want to go camping, if I need to haul something, got the 4Runner. If I want to go fucking fast, I got the bike. If I want to go hang out at a car show and take it low and slow on the weekends, I got that.
Yeah.
So as a vehicle enthusiast, I feel like I've spent years figuring out what I liked, and I'm at a point right now where I went and picked the things I liked rather than like I want to hop into this platform and try it.
Sure.
It's more like I know what I like now. This is what I'm picking out of those things I found that I've liked.
That's wicked.
That's I feel like a huge like stepping stone.
It is 100%.
Like just like everything coming together.
Yeah, yeah. Because I've like never bought the same platform twice.
Yeah.
Because I've always wanted to experience. I've owned everything from Mustangs to Focus STs, to Camaros, all the way to Euro and GTIs,
Duramax stuff. You did truck stuff.
Duramaxes,
Yeah.
Supras,
Yep.
Evo 10. Like I've really went all over trying to figure out what do I really enjoy, and for some fucking reason, can't really put my finger on. We talked about the it factor a little bit. Old Volkswagens have a weird fucking place in my heart. And I don't know if it's because the first stance car I ever seen in person was a 20th anniversary Black Magic Pearl Mark IV GTI that was lowered roof rack in the snow, had turquoise wheels. I can picture it right now, yellow fog lights. And I was just taken back because I just didn't know about stance cars at that point. To then owning one and liking them. Something about those have always just sat right with me.
Hell yeah.
It's a very Dakota car, though. You know what I'm saying? Like when I look
Harlequin, yeah,
it's just
perfect.
Like, when I look at that car, it looks like it just gives me Dakota vibes, right?
Yeah.
That's good. I spent a lot of years figuring out which car that would be, and I feel like this is it. I love, dude, legit. I'm not even just saying it to say, like when I drive it, I'm just smiling the whole time. It's so goofy. It's so fun. It feels so right. It's so analog. It's so freaking basic. That thing has nothing. You know, it has a few knobs for air conditioning and headlights crank windows, and it's just simple. And I like that. I like it so much. I had the seat fucking reclined like all the way back and just lounging, trying to get up to 70, doing my best. And it's fun, and I enjoy it. And a couple of the cool things it has, like, so the air ride, it's a dual compressor setup, and the controller that has a NES controller.
That's sick.
As the
Cool.
or Super Famicom controller as the air ride controller. So the buttons on the right control the increased pressure, and then the D-pad on the left lets it all out, or you can control each corner. And I was so surprised with how well it works.
That's sick.
It feels so natural and right to use it. And then too, that's the first time I've ever had a fully like manual air ride setup. I've always had like 3P.
Yeah, how is it with the manual? How is it like?
Oh, I fucking love it.
Do you have to just like, okay, I got to set it to this pressure?
Yeah, so
then,
I played around with it because I didn't know. Again, there's something I didn't know. I was like, I don't know what PSI is ride height. So I just kind of played around, looked at it. I was driving on the highway, hit a bump, and rubbed slightly in the rear. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll do a little bit more. And I found just 60 PSI all four corners. And I have two manual airlift gauges. Each one has two needles, and it's for the right and left side. And so now I just hold the two buttons, do the front, 60. Do the rear, 60.
That's sick.
Easy enough.
Easy enough. Yeah, it's pretty much just
So
as quick as a
basic,
preset. Pretty much just as quick as a preset. But rides really good and needs minimal stuff. Probably a few things I'll do to clean up. I think it could use brakes. The brakes are pretty soft and squishy, but other than that,
It might be worth doing, just on that note, pro tip, it may be worth doing brake lines.
Yeah.
Specifically the soft line between the hard line and the caliper. I did those in the Duramax, and dude, my pedal feel is 300 times better.
I need some pedal feel for
so
sure in
good.
that. I'd say that
If it's rubber like that, it gets
just gets
worn
old
out.
and it gets so what happens is when you hit the brake, then the line just expands first, and it's like it gets mushy and gross and
it's real mushy.
stainless
Obviously,
brake lines.
older car and stuff, but I am just absolutely blown away by the condition that it was kept in. So Marco, if you hear this podcast one day, thank you for taking such great care of it. I am the third owner.
That's incredible.
Which is really cool too, because 3 is my lucky number.
Damn.
I have the 3 tattooed on my arm somewhere over here. And so I'm the third owner of it. It's number 111, which is 3. And it's just so fucking sick. I couldn't be happier. I truly just lucked out. Like the stars fucking aligned for this car.
It really did.
So shout out to everybody too that messaged me when I was looking for one and had some leads and stuff like that. I really appreciate that. But we
He didn't let any of us know about this, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
There was like zero.
Yeah,
it was
sneaky.
just, he does this thing. He just kind of.
Dakota makes his big moves in silence.
He
though.
does.
He's
He
always
really does.
done
And
that.
I respect that. 'Cause,
Yep,
dude, if
don't let him know.
I'm cooking on something, I want to tell everyone so bad. That's
I did want to tell you guys the thing was, and honestly, I do like doing that because I want to make sure it all happens right before.
Yeah, you don't want to be
say
the
it.
guy. It's like, oh, I'm doing this, and then
yeah, I get it.
Because of all the limited info that I had and stuff. What if I got this thing and it was a piece of shit? Now I'm embarrassed. Like I hyped this thing up, I did all this, and now it's just a fucking another project. So it's like I got it, everything's perfect. Let's go fucking take it and show the guys. Like, oh, now it's good. But yes, literally since Riverside to now, like I was talking every single day trying to get this worked out, planned out, all this stuff. So yeah, it was super neat. And it came with a ton of paperwork too. So I have a binder. I was actually flipping through it because it's just like, it's fascinating. It's history. I have records and receipts of any time it was brought in for service or some weird quirky stuff popping up with it. From the original owner, paperwork that dates back to 1996, 2001. And it's so funny. One of my favorite things was going through all the service writers and looking how they labeled the color of the vehicle. Because they all do it
differently.
Yeah. So sometimes it was just labeled color all or color, and they would put every color like in their thing. You could tell they just like copy and paste it. It's like going outside the box of what it feels like: blue, red, green, yellow, and then sometimes it's just red. Just they'd pick a single color and label it, but it was like each one was filling it out different for the color. So it was just cool to see that kind of stuff, and the little quirks it hadn't taken in to get fixed. And
I imagine, imagine someone's in a first of all, you have to imagine a lot here because it makes like 80 horsepower. But imagine you're in like a police chase in a Harlequin, and they're like, suspects in a Volkswagen Golf. All right, yeah, dispatch copy. What color is it? All
of them, I think. And dude, it's so funny too. Obviously I expected this, and I love it so much because I loved it. I can sit and yap about this thing all day. I love the history of them and stuff, but you drive this car. I've driven Skylines. I've driven Mark IV Supras. This car, when you are driving it, oh my God, there's almost been accidents. People are whipping out their phones and trying to record it.
Well, it's loud, right? But not like audibly loud. Like the multicolor thing is just, it's so striking.
Yeah.
Because it's so different than anything
and
you
what's funny
see.
too, though, is a lot of people, like I had a guy pull up, I was taking some photos, a guy pulls up, he's like, this thing's crazy. He's like, you did all this yourself, huh? And I was like, no,
VW did this.
From the factory like this. He's like, you're fucking kidding me. I was like, no, Volkswagen produced it like so. Pretty much anyone that's not into cars thinks that I painted all the panels or like, and it's like, no, this is a thing. But I love that conversation. I love having a vehicle that like gets people smiling about cars and stuff. I think it's so cool, and it's fun already. Like I've only driven it for like 2 days, and just the conversations I've had, people tagging me in stories while I'm fucking driving it around town, seeing people go through it, like slow way down, and they're taking like nervous it's going to cause an accident with how many people are looking at it. But it's everything I wanted. It's what I expected, and I'm excited to do a few little small tweaks to it just to make it my own.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Congratulations, man. I'm very, very happy that you found one.
Yeah,
and it's like the perfect one.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. And honestly, too, shout out to the Harlequin community. They're small, but they've already been so kind. I had guys messaging me, and they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna send you a little Harlequin gift pack. Welcome to the group," and stuff like that. And it's neat to see all the little collectible pieces and stuff they collect throughout the years. What
a neat little like niche group.
Yeah.
Like,
it's super neat because again, there's about 100 left.
Yeah.
They assume. And of that, obviously not all of them have Facebook profiles or are part of the group. So it's like, it's a very, very, very small community. But the Mark III golf community also has been really cool. And I've been starting to join those pages too. And it's just really neat. The Mark III golf community, very different than the Mark IV.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Very different.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder, there's some science behind that or something like
there needs to be some investigation in it.
It's hard to find them. Maybe it's just less people. I don't know.
You got to clear this up before we move on.
Yeah.
Is it Harlequin or Harlequin?
Great question, actually.
Because I know VW guys are very fucking specific.
I think I'm going to answer both are correct.
Okay,
Because
right, I feel better.
in Germany, where it was originally originated, was the Polo Harlequin, and it is spelled Harlekin.
Oh.
Harlequin. When it was brought to America, for whatever reason, you know how companies do marketing, they thought we need to change the spelling. That's too German.
They probably thought it was too aggressive.
And
for
they
the US
changed
market, I
it
bet,
to
be
Harlequin in the spelling.
Gotcha.
I've just always said Harlequin.
Harlequin it is. Got it.
That's how it originally was. But both are accepted. I've heard people say both. And probably in North America, it's more right to say Harlequin.
Heard.
But I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Continental, Conti for sponsoring the MartiniWorks podcast. I got to get some DWS 06 Pluses ASAP on that thing. I probably could use some new tires, and that's what I'll be going with. If you guys are interested in running Continental, head on over to MartiniWorks, filtered by Continental. And then if you guys need help picking out, let us know. Shoot us a message with what you're looking to do, whether you're like, hey, I do some summer daily driving, I go to the track on the weekends, or I have a car that I drive in the Midwest and I ride through every season. I need something. Let us know. We can help you, and Continental has a tire for every situation. That's why we love them, because all of them are top pick too. They all just kill it in each of their own categories. So thank you to Continental for sponsoring MartiniWorks podcast, and we'll be right back. All right, before we get into the next segment here, which is a heater and a big burning thing that just happened.
Oh, boy.
I have a quick little story. So spring cleaning, it's getting a little nicer out. Got to clean out the garage. Got to get some shit out of my house. Make room. Have a nice spot for the Harlequin to park. I've had a Mark V Toyota Supra exhaust in my garage since the beginning of time.
Like a stock one?
Yep, my stock exhaust I took off because it's all one piece, so it's huge.
Yeah,
I don't know how to get rid of it.
Why do they do that? Every new exhaust, the Type R exhaust like that
cheaper.
too? They're just huge.
So I put it on Marketplace at $50, and I got a couple people messaging, and they kept flaking.
For $50?
Yes. So I marked it down to 10 because I'm like, I just want it gone.
Get it gone, right?
Dude, that turned into even bigger shit show.
Oh my God.
These people they're like trying to get me to drive across country to deliver it to them, drive across a state to deliver it to them, trying to meet up with different. So finally, the guy messaged me yesterday, and he's like, "Hey, you got the exhaust for $10? Is this real?" I was like, "Yeah, please just take it. Just if you take it, it's yours." He's like, "Okay, I can come get it." I was like, "I will literally put it on the curb right now. You can have it for free. Just
come get it out of my
garage. Get
garage.
it out of here."
Yeah.
He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna do some dirty things to a Pontiac vibe with it." And I'm like, okay.
What?
Okay, sure. Just take it and go do that.
Yep.
So sure shit, I'm sitting inside, I hear Carter's doof, doof, doof. And it's like, it's taking a while.
Oh no.
And I keep hearing noises banging. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh no.
So I peer out my window, I'm looking, waiting. I was in a weird spot where I couldn't see what was happening. Finally starts driving away. He had that whole fucking thing strapped to the roof of his Pontiac Vibe, and the exhaust was longer than the car.
Holy shit.
So, dude, if somehow you hear this podcast, I would love to see that exhaust on the car and what that ends up being. But thank you for getting rid of it.
Dude really wanted that.
Because that was a pain in the ass, and it took up so much space in my garage. So
hey, it's gone.
It's gone.
All right, into the heater.
Into the heater. Okay, so now we have a hot topic that's controversial. Very. I'd say this is a 10 out of 10. Could change what happens with car shows moving forward. So Supercar Saturday is a show held in, I think it was New England from what I was seeing. It's not like a massive show, but it looks like a good amount of people turn out to it. And they made a new rule that I haven't really seen implemented anywhere else. And I am curious if this is going to start making some waves around the U.S. at shows. They said, after careful discussion as a group, we have made the difficult decision to officially prohibit all VQ platform vehicles from attending Supercar Saturday.
What?
For clarification, this includes 350Z, 370Z, G25, G35, G37, Q40, Q50, Q60 cars from attending. This was not an easy decision. However, due to the number of complaints and incidents that have occurred at previous shows, we believe this step is necessary to help maintain a safe and enjoyable environment for everyone.
Whoa.
So now
Holy shit.
we discuss. Looking at the comments on that post, I was expecting a shit show. People are rejoicing. People seem excited. They are so happy that this is happening.
Okay. All right.
However, I think it opens up a big door. And obviously for the right people, this sucks. This is a huge bummer.
I think of like Alex King, right? You guys know Alex King?
Yes, yeah.
He's got that white Q60, I think that is, or something. And that car's
50 or 60. I don't know.
beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's incredibly well done. You know, he's got a lot of attention to detail there. Yeah, that's interesting.
I know immaculate 370Zs that used to like always go to my like hometown car show and stuff. And like to think of a place banning them because a couple of dickheads are revving and doing browns. It sucks. And then, but also it's opening the door because now it's like you can pick and choose platforms potentially to not come to your shows.
I didn't expect it to like, because you kind of brought it up before this.
Yeah.
And I kind of overheard a little bit, but I was like, okay, they're banning like 350Zs.
Yeah, 350Zs.
And like G35s. To open the door up into like the newer like Infinity stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
What else is wild is like, so where do you draw the line then?
Exactly.
Does a Gloria count? A Gloria's got a VQ, right? A Cedric's got a VQ. You know, a bunch of those cars have VQs in them, right? So it's like, where do you, if you're banning all VQs, does it include JDM stuff? Is it, you know?
That's really weird. Yeah, it's obviously such a huge gray area and is going to be up to the discretion of whoever the hell is letting things in, and that's just going to, in my opinion, that's just going to cause a huge
someone's
going
to get pissed off.
It's going to cause
I feel like they're
going
to be around the event doing even more stupid shit, being loud and almost like protest of it or something, you know.
So I got two thoughts on this. My one thought is that something obviously led up to this being a thing.
Yeah, right.
Now, I assume there's a backstory.
Is there like a group of VQ enthusiasts out there in that area that were constantly causing a ruckus at this show? Then that would probably make more sense to me as to why like everything in that platform has gotten banned. It's like, hey, there's this group of enthusiasts that they all, you know how like Facebook
Sideshow
car pages
stuff,
are, you know, it's like, hey, the VQ owners group of
New England VQs.
something, right? And it's like, oh, well, this group always shows up and causes an issue. But I don't see that because then it's like, okay, well, they would just say that anyone.
Yeah, they would say those guys.
Yeah,
are not
anyone
allowed.
that's a part of this or has like, you know, whatever. My other thought of this is that it almost seems like an internet meme just gone too far.
That's where
It's just like, oh, well, VQ, like, you know, it's just like the stereotypes of the internet like just blown incredibly out of proportion.
Yeah, because again, I know so many owners of 350s and Q50 G35s that would never do any of this, and it's like, so they can't go to this event now. I'm looking through their page a little bit more. It's pretty fair size show. Like this is pretty big.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of it.
Oh yeah, it's no small slouch.
One note I will touch on: this does seem like a more higher end show. This is meant to be Supercar Saturday, so it has a lot of Lamborghinis, McLarens, and things like that. I will say, looking through the photos, a little bit of everything is showing up to these, so it's still, you know. It's not like, oh, we only have exotics that are coming. It is a little bit of everything. I get it. I get it because people are what ruined those events. Look at Slammed Enough Gatlinburg and what happened there.
H2O, I mean, all of them, right?
Ruin events. But I don't necessarily think you can ban an engine platform and now you're you're safe, you're good.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily the answer or how it works. However, it sucks too because I don't think I have better feedback. I don't think I have a solution for them either. Because
maybe it'll work. Who knows?
The thing is, though, I've seen idiots in Lamborghinis doing the same shit. Though.
But because it's a Lamborghini or because it's a Porsche, it's fine.
It's cool.
That drives me nuts.
that they do that. I know.
Dude, I hate that so much. It's like, just because you have an expensive car doesn't mean you get to be a piece of shit.
No. So it's a really weird one. I think it's a good discussion point, and I do think something needs to happen because I don't want to see shows keep getting ruined. It's like Riverside, for example. I am so scared of something happening. Yeah, don't. And it sucks too because like we talk about it a lot because we love it so much and we want people to go. But when things start getting big, when it starts getting popular, you start like reaching out of the car community and people are like, what's this event I keep hearing about that's going on? And then you start getting like these groups of people that aren't enthusiasts and they just like loud cars or showing off or whatever, and then that starts slowly destroying things. So it's like it's so tough. But what do you guys think? Do you think banning platforms will help?
I mean, here's the thing, like kind of like I mentioned before, they sought out this specific platform for a reason. There was something that led to this being a rule that they are implementing. So will it help in the short term? Maybe. But like you said, at the same time, it's like if these people are already the people that are showing up to these events and doing dumb shit and causing an issue, you just gave them more of a reason to show up and do dumb shit. And unfortunately, that's the case with a lot of this stuff. It's like the more you enforce it, the more that like the pushback is against it. In my opinion, it's the same exact thing that happened at Gatlinburg. It was like the city pushed against it. They like tried to enforce it super, super heavy. They said no tolerance, and everyone fought back against it. And like it just turns into this. No one wins in this situation.
No,
listen,
it sucks for all the good people.
Yeah,
it hurts everybody.
It does.
We've been at this a long time, right? Hosting car shows is not new to us,
right?
WCC celebrates its
so it's interesting to hear your perspective too. Like
13th year this year, and we've hosted events everywhere, including Automotion, right? And I think. This reminds me so much of the Automotion thing we went through, right? As a club and as a community. And really what we've learned over the years is that if you don't give people an outlet, right? If you don't give them a place to do stuff and you just kick them out, they only want to do more of it, right? Because it's like, it's that whole fuck the system thing, right? You told me I can't do it, so I'm going to go do it anyway. And like, and I don't know if they're working with the city, not with the city, right? But when I look back at every single time that you saw a car show get out of control, H2O, Automotion, Gatlinburg, each time the city drew a hard line in the sand and said, nope, we're not doing this. And that was the turning point to the downfall of it. 110%.
Every time.
What I can tell you Chat does really well, for example, and why Riverside is so successful, Chattanooga PD takes no shit. None. Yeah. I mean, they are concrete iron-fisted. But they also work with the show. You know, we want you to go here, host an after meet there, do this here. Because what happens is when you have that collaboration, it becomes a mutually beneficial thing, and you find outlets for that stuff, right? It's the same reason why you see some shows doing like drift stuff now or burnout pits or stuff. People don't have to go do that shit on the street. They can do it right there.
Yeah.
But if you take that away, there's nowhere else for them to go but the streets. And then, I mean, it causes a whole bunch of issues.
Yeah, because I remember Automotion had like the burnout pit, you know, and like that was like, okay, literally anyone can show up and just fucking roast some tires in this dedicated area. Dude, let it rip. If you want to go do dumb shit, go do dumb shit there.
Yeah.
So it was like no excuse to do it on the strip then.
Yeah.
Like other than just being a fucking douchebag. Like
our thing with Automotion was, you know, they came to us and said, we don't want you to host a show because it's bringing too much traffic. The strip is back to back and it's stop and go traffic. I was like, guys, we're taking 400 cars off the strip on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
That's helping you, not hurting you, right? People have a place to go. They have something to do. But if you don't do that, if you don't give them something to do, they're just going to go cruise. What else is there to do?
I don't think they're like, that's a reasonable expectation either. It's like, I'm not expecting Supercar Series to have a burnout box because
No. I agree.
Yeah.
You know,
it's tough. It's like, what do you do in that situation? Is this the right reaction from them to ban a platform? Because now imagine, you know, dude or girl shows up with their 350Z. They didn't see the Facebook post that it's just one post. I looked. It's not like they're consistently talking about this. And they pull up and they're like, oh, yeah, no, you're not allowed here. And it's like, what? Why?
Yeah, what the fuck is that about?
You drive a 350Z.
I think it's one of those things where it's like, if the show's called Supercar Saturdays, if that's what they're focusing on, and it's like these 350Zs and VQ platforms are causing an issue, it's like, okay, then maybe it's like you do only limit it to supercars then.
Yeah.
It's like I don't think it's fair to pick and choose platforms then. If like, okay, the Ford Mustang could get in, but my, Q60 couldn't.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like where the
where do you draw
line
the
is,
line?
the line is very weirdly drawn. Like you said, I think it's like the first instance that we've seen where it's like, yes, this whole anything that has this engine in it, like that's such a weird thing, and why I keep coming back to. I think it's just an internet meme that has gone too. It's like infected our brains a little bit with the stereotypes and stuff. It'd be like, oh well, no Mustangs can come anymore because they always hit crowds at the end of the show. It's like, okay.
And we see this in the truck scene, right? Like we see modification-based limitations. So there's a lot of shows that won't do squatted trucks. Doesn't matter what it looks
Really?
like.
Okay.
Yep, they'll measure bumpers if they have to, if it's more than like 4 inches of difference.
Why
they'll
is
squat a
that?
truck.
Is it because how they typically behave?
It's because
there?
of how they typically behave.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
And to be fair, they also usually stem or usually reference the safety issues, right? Sure. Because if you're pointed way up in the air,
you can't see shit while you're
you cannot see anything in front of you, and so there is a natural safety risk there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've never seen someone's like, oh, F350s, none, can't do them. You know.
Is there a VQ platform of the truck scene? It's like there's just a group
Second gen Cummins probably.
Really?
That's gonna piss a lot of people off. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But it's no. Let me take that back. Let me take that back. It's probably the 6-liter Power Stroke guys.
Okay.
Because they're cheap and you can beat the shit out of them, and they're very unreliable. But it does not matter because guys will buy them for $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, beat the hell out of them. Roll coal, race hell, praise Dale type shit.
You more so need a truck that sounds like a trombone. I think that's what we're going.
I mean, the 6-liter does have a very distinct noise.
There you go. You know what it is, though, boys? I realize we found the answer. We know how to avoid this.
How?
And it's a very simple solution.
Lay it on me.
What you need to do is host the show earlier.
Honestly, yeah.
Earlier.
Yes. Like, and I mean that in the sense of 7 a.m.
Oh, 100%.
6 a.m.
Yeah.
It is magical what happens
That
when
is a
you
correlation.
host a super early show that doesn't overextend or overstay its welcome, and it goes from like, let's say 6:30 to 9:30 at the longest.
The cars and coffee style in the morning.
The cars and coffee style shows. You see so much less of the bullshit, and I think it's because them young dumb kids, which we all were one day, they just typically don't get up that early and are going.
And it's
to
also
these
just
shows.
like, I don't know. It's kind of just
Also, it's morning. I feel like
you don't
mornings
fuck
are
around in the
naturally
morning.
quiet.
Yeah, you
Like,
don't fuck around in the morning. Like that is the thing. Like
you're half awake.
can-
You're not ripping a big old burnout.
you can absolutely 100% see as like a day gets later, night starts to come.
Once the sun goes down,
The hoodlums
yeah,
come
dude.
out.
It's like shit just gets crazy at that time of day. Yeah. And it's like in the morning, it's like, no, for some reason, there's like an unwritten rule. Everyone's on the same page. You just don't fuck around in the morning.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but like we've seen it.
it's
And
chill.
I'll knock on wood for early birds. It's been phenomenal. Everyone's been so respectful.
Yeah, they've been really
for that.
good.
And I think back to all the cars and coffees I've attended, and it's like I just really didn't see this issue happen. But you go anywhere else at even some of our like favorite shows of all time, you still get a couple people that for whatever fucking reason they start revving, or also audio guys are getting almost as bad as these fucking kids revving and burning
They have
out.
been. No, not getting bad. They have.
I don't know.
been,
I feel like
bro.
it's getting worse. I feel like it's truly getting worse. Like audio, I
getting
like
louder.
systems. I like audio systems. I like that setup. But you can be just as annoying, if not more annoying, than doing a burnout and revving and that shit. There's people that have played ear-piercingly loud music, and it's for extended periods of time. Nobody wants to listen to your fucking music. No. There's music at the vendors, at the events.
Let me crash out once you're done.
Oh, go for it, because
Okay.
I'm going to keep going otherwise.
Dude, no, this is the same thing. It's the same thing, right? So you look at car shows, and again, we've been doing this a little while, right? I feel like a broken record, and I promise I'm not ancient, but it's always the audio guys that roll in, and they always want to be parked right up front because they want to be by people, and then they want to blast whatever music they have going. And I get it. I like audio demos. I think they're sick,
Yeah.
and some of those builds
Same.
are crazy, dude. You're talking whole walls and giant
Dude, yeah, it's
batteries, and
nuts.
like
Love
there's
it.
a lot of work and a lot of money in that.
100%.
Good on them, dude. Like the type of guys that can bend a window with sound.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It's
right?
crazy.
But they roll in, They want to park up front. They want to be the center of attention. They want to blast music. And it's like, homie, we paid a DJ.
Yeah.
I have a DJ
playing
here.
music
right
while you're
next to you.
doing this shit.
Like, no, go to the back of the lot.
Yeah.
Go do that over there.
Yeah.
And the people that want to hang out and do it, go
Or
do
it's
it.
like
And
set
do
up-
like a 30-second demo.
Yeah, just
Don't
hit
do
it
a
quick and then-
5-minute fucking...
Bro.
There was one... Dude, they played multiple songs. Back to back to back.
Yeah.
And it's insane.
I will say, though, last year we had, or 2 years ago at Opener, had this dude that rolled in. I forget his name. Super cool guy. He's got a Silverado, like a 4.6 dropped Silverado. Beautiful truck, nasty, wide wheels, looked really good. And he's got a sound system in it. And before the event, he's like, hey, can I do a demo inside? I was like, well, no, I don't really want to play with that game, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We show up the morning of the event, and the PA system is broken. Scott, I think his name is. And I go to Scott and I say, homie, I know I said no, but I got no music. Dude DJ'd a live set at the show. I was like, that's so sick.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
And it's
cool.
like at the same time too, it's like I know that's like that's a part of the community. I know
Yes.
there's a big
Yeah.
following for
Yeah.
that. It's like are there not events specifically for that
Audio events, yeah.
right. And it's like typically it's like these cars aren't like stock either. So it's like they still look like you can still go to a
And
car
I like
show.
seeing the
and,
setups
and I
and
could
how they
you
do
know,
it,
and
but-
still appreciate it without having my eardrums shut. And it's like you said, if there's like a time set aside, like, hey, they're doing an audio demo. We got like 5 audio guys here. They're gonna do a demo at like 1:00.
Yes.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do a power hour
Yeah,
or something. Yeah.
Exactly. It like Dakota said, it's like the 3 songs in a row, like every like half hour. It's like, bro.
It's just too much. And like, it's just overwhelming. And you don't want to beat it. Because again, like the audio people, all for it. Do more of it. But like, there's a time and place. Same with anybody that makes a ton of horsepower and they want to fucking do a huge burnout or rev up their car. There's a time and place for that.
Yep.
In the middle of the show, doing it for fucking 3 minutes is not the time or place to be doing that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's just like you said, it's just no different than talking about a big power build or something with a really crazy exhaust. Like, I love hearing that shit. I love seeing that shit. Middle of a show is not the time for that shit.
The problem is too, you rev bomb one car and then everyone
dude,
with a Honda rev bomb their shit, and it's like, guys, you get it.
Exactly. Well, we're going to take a quick break here. Let us know your thoughts on that in the comments
I'd be
below, though.
interested
I
to
would love to hear what you guys think of potentially banning platforms from car shows, what it looks like, and what you think the solution is.
I'm a ban Harlequins.
No!
Banned.
Fucked. You
Banned
take
to
that back
only
right now.
MartiniWorks shows. Now we get all 100 of them.
Take that back right now.
I said I banned them only to our shows.
All right.
Yeah,
Giles, lead us to our next sponsor.
All right, our next sponsor, of course, is Fortune Auto. We've been longtime follower and supporter of Fortune Auto before we even started this venture and been running it on our cars for years. They make some very high-quality aftermarket suspension for a lot of different platforms out there, including VQs. They don't ban VQs, so let's just put that out there. So they make some incredible stuff. I got them on my 240. Dakota's ran them on multiple cars. Dustin, you putting Fortune Autos on your truck anytime soon? You probably could because they are expanding into the off-road stuff, which I think is pretty freaking
Yo, low-key,
sick.
have your people call my people. That would be cool.
They're focusing a lot, some stuff into like the overland stuff, which I think is really neat. But you've heard us talk about it before. We got to go down and see how they were assembled right in Virginia there. The attention to detail, the quality, just like before they go out the door, the checks that they do, it's insane. They literally will tear down an entire set of coilovers if it does not fit the specs that they are supposed to before going out the door. And that is super awesome. You have them customize pretty much whatever you're doing. I told them, hey, I'm going to be drifting my 240. What do you recommend for that? I'm also going to street drive it. They're like, perfect. Here's the valving we recommend. Here's the spring rates we recommend. We'll build them for you. Super cool stuff. Obviously, you're going to be paying a little bit more for that, but in my opinion, it is 1,000% worth it. And that is, the kind of businesses and the kind of companies that we like to support. So very fortunate for Fortunato to be a sponsor of this podcast. And of course, if you're looking for a new set of coilovers, we couldn't recommend them enough. Go check them out at MartiniWorks.com.
All right, we got some breaking news. Unfortunately, it's not the best breaking news.
I have a hot topic for us
Let
today.
us know.
All right, boys, let's talk about right to race.
What is that?
Yeah, I was going to say, do you guys know what right to race is?
Lay it on me. Explain it to me like I'm 5
It
years old.
sounds self-explanatory, but yeah, let me hear.
Okay, so Dakota,
Yeah.
when a racetrack and race cars love each other,
Don't patronize me. just because I asked for it.
No, here's the scoop. So SEMA, the SEMA organization, everyone knows SEMA for the show.
The SEMA.
The SEMA, the Specialty Equipment Manufacturers Association, the SEMA. They know them for the show. What a lot of people don't realize is that SEMA as an organization is insanely involved in political matters, right? Their whole goal as the Specialty Equipment Manufacturers Association is to advocate for the automotive aftermarket, right? So they do everything from ADAS testing and data cleanliness to advocating for right to repair, for example, so you can fix your own stuff and all of that, which another big win on that one. John Deere actually just got hit with a massive settlement, which was crazy. Conversation for another time. One of the biggest things that their action network has been taking care of, though, is these bills called Right to Race. Yep. And these bills essentially lay out and say that if a racetrack is existing, right, if it already exists, and you buy a parcel of land next to a racetrack and you build a house, that you can't call and complain because there's a lot of noise on race days.
Right.
Right. This stems from like
I
Laguna
think that's
Seca.
very fair.
I agree. Right. Laguna Seca is probably the biggest example of this. There was all that drama.
Recently,
Yep. And lawsuits and stuff.
But we've
like
seen
that.
this a ton in small towns.
Everywhere, dude. Everywhere. You see it at local dirt tracks. You see it at local drag strips, at circles, and like VIRs had some issues and stuff. You see it everywhere. And so SEMA said, "Fuck that. We're going to do something about it." And so they started laying bills in states, and I think they're up to 10 or 12 states with passed bills that basically just say, it's not a scot-free pass for your racetracks, but if you buy a house or build a house that's around a racetrack that was already there, you can't get upset that it's doing racetrack things, right?
Yeah.
This came to Wisconsin back in January, I think. It's been recently, right? I met with the Action Network at PRI this year. Lauren is my contact there, and she's incredible. But she was kind of telling us about all of this stuff and how it was coming to Wisconsin. I was really excited, right? Obviously, motorsports is huge in Wisconsin, both on the large scale, like Road America, and the small scale. Yeah. Bill goes to vote, whatever, passes the House, passes all sorts of stuff, gets all the way to Governor Evers' desk, and he vetoes it. It just shuts it down. And I was like, first of all, fuck you. Like to respectfully to not take into account the sheer impact that motorsports has on the Wisconsin economy.
State.
Crazy to me. Again, you look at the large scale things like IndyCar comes to Road America every year, and NASCAR's been there before, and IMSA's coming back for a 6-hour endurance race event this year, which is crazy cool. So awesome. That's awesome. And like that's one whole side of it, but the other side of this is it's really disappointing. Not so much for the big racetracks because obviously they kind of have the gusto and the oomph to work on stuff.
Yeah, like Road America is like pretty solidified.
Yeah, been there a long time.
But it's the dirt tracks around the area. It's places like US Air.
Yes,
places
that's where it gets scary.
Look at WIR boys.
Yeah.
So WIR is in Kaukauna, right across the way, and sure they're out in the middle of nowhere now.
Yeah,
but in 10 years that'll be city.
Houses and apartment complexes have been going up over
everywhere.
Here like crazy.
So it's like WIR does not have the money to lawyer up against a lawsuit.
And I think that's the biggest thing too. It's like they see the legal fees to even save it, and they're like, well,
they just fold. They shut the track down and go.
Didn't Cletus, not to derail, didn't Cletus kind of go through something similar?
100%. That's part of the reason this came from is from when he bought that place, and then everyone was super pissed off that he bought a racetrack and he was doing racetrack stuff. It's like, what are you doing? You know?
And it leads to the other thing. We need an outlet for people to enjoy this stuff. And if you take it away, it's going to get worse.
And then it's like, man, all the street racing and like
all the street racing
activities on the roads have gotten crazy.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. So what was the reason? I guess was there a reason that he vetoed it? Like
SEMA's sneaky. They're usually pretty, I would say, on the straight and narrow, very respectful, very PC, right? Because they have to be an organization that big. Yeah. SEMA Action Network did some digging, and they found some dirt on our boy Tony.
Oh, shit. Don't say he's my boy.
Well, metaphorically, our boy of the conversation. Apparently, Tony Evers has some very successful lawyer friends that have been involved in racetrack cases.
Oh, no.
Right.
And ironically enough, Mr. Evers vetoed a bill that wouldn't allow people to create lawsuits around racetracks. Ironic.
Yeah.
So I'm not pointing any fingers because I don't have any concrete evidence, but I'm just saying it's a weird coincidence that happens to be.
Yeah.
So
it's just like I'm trying to, because anything political, right? Whenever something sways one way or the other, there's supposed to be some sort of like benefit as to why they chose.
Why would
whether
you
that's
not do it?
Whether that's personal benefit or whether it's benefit for whatever they're doing. I don't understand what that benefit of vetoing a bill of protecting literal industry in
I'm
your state would be.
trying my best to look at it from a perspective from a non-car person.
Right.
And I don't even slightly begin to understand it, because does that mean, what if I live near the highway? Can I file a lawsuit on the city for having a highway close to my house for noise, for highway noise? Or if there's a train track nearby and a train goes through at 3 a.m, do I sue the train company even though the train track's been there forever and my house is close to it and it woke me up? Do I sue them now?
Allegiant flies over my house every 30 minutes. Am I going to sue the airport? Because I think that was another thing too back in the day. It was like people moving towards airports and they're complaining about, the jets are loud. It's like,
no shit. Like, do you do research about the location of your home before you buy it? Like, do you understand? So I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
The problem is we're relying on the common sense factor.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the post. They may have taken it down.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they posted there was a
I remember you shared it.
Screenshot of the official bill or of his official statement, but I don't see it now.
Yeah,
I'm all the way back into April 2nd. I wonder if maybe he pulled it down because he got a ton of flack. Let me see if I can find it. Keep talking. I'm gonna dig.
So, but yeah, that's what I mean. It's like what would the benefit of this denying this sort of bill or law like protect against or like benefit anyone?
Noise.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can really think of.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they would think it's bad to have racetrack. Like you said, motorsports is people's livelihood.
Right.
You know, it not only is it a hobby, but it's a livelihood for a lot of people. And I don't get how you can.
Bro, it's like we joke at how expensive motorsports is, and it's like the cost of like running something like that, and like the financial impact of it's like, dude, there's so much fucking money, even in something small like dirt track racing or whatever. There's so much fucking money in that. Why would you be against that?
Yeah. So I can't find his official statement. I think he may have removed it, to be honest with you. But his official statement basically quoted something along the lines of like, we don't want racetracks to be able to do whatever they want to, and we want to be able to protect the people, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, shut up, dude.
That doesn't racetracks to do whatever they want to. When has a racetrack ever been out of line?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, dude.
When is
outside of like, we ran
noisy
programming late and we're racing till midnight, not 11.
Yeah.
Oh no, you know.
Yeah, when has it been like outside of like a noise issue? Like, man, that racetrack's causing a bunch of problems.
And again, just to be painfully clear here, we're not talking about new racetracks. This bill has nothing to say about if you wanted to go build a racetrack down the road here next to someone's house. That you'd be protected. It says nothing about that.
Yeah.
It simply says that if you go out and build a house right next to the dirt track in Plymouth,
you can't complain
that
about
you can't bitch about it being a racetrack on Saturday night.
I think that should be a pretty self-explanatory law.
Think so, dog.
Yeah,
I think that's so fair. And it goes like not only for motorsport, but it goes with a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Like, if you build a house next to a highway that's already there, you can't build it and then be
complain about the noise.
Call the police because there's highway noise.
It's this isn't new.
Yeah.
Right. It's not new, and it's for everything. We talked about airports, even the RC hobby been impacted like this. There's cities and stuff where you can't even fly gas or glow airplanes anymore.
That's
you can
crazy.
only fly electric because of noise pollution issues, or like fields that have been completely like shut down because people were they moved in and they're like, hey, I don't like those noisy little RC planes, so knock it off, and then
crazy.
it's now the club's fault that it's been there for 50 years. Like,
That's crazy.
People are too ornery.
dude, they are. It's like fucking get a hobby.
Yeah, if
dude.
people are out
Fucking
enjoying
go fly,
the
you'll
hobby,
probably
they're not-
like it.
Yeah, they're not hurting anyone.
Go race.
Let them be. Let the fuck. And
Yeah.
don't. If you don't like the hobby, don't move right next to it.
Yeah.
If you're
100%.
very against a hobby, don't put yourself in the center.
Save
of
that area for people that actually want to be there.
You know how many
Yeah.
people would kill to live right next to a racetrack and would
That's
love
what
the
I'm
noise
saying.
and would be there every
Bro,
fucking weekend.
That's what I loved about Plymouth. There's houses all the way around the Plymouth Dirt Track because it's at the county fairgrounds, and there's a bunch of houses on turn 1 where guys built platforms, and they
That's
just sit out
sick.
on their porch and drink beer with all their buddies on
that's
Saturday
what the-
night.
Yeah,
That's-
let those people
yeah.
buy those
Yeah,
spots.
it's
It's
real.
Sick, dude.
Christ's sake.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, but I think it's a good reminder that your voice matters as an enthusiast,
Yeah.
right? And so, like, I think we share a lot of issues on the podcast. We talk about a lot of stuff in news, and I think sometimes it can feel like one person won't change the world. But if you're hearing this and it makes you as fired up as we are, I would encourage you to do something about it, right? Write your, either an email or a letter or something.
Yeah.
Write your representative, call your representative, share that stuff on Facebook. Like, all of that makes a difference.
No matter what your
this stuff.
political view is,
Yeah,
either like
right.
this.
Yeah, this is not a partisan.
No, it's not a
conversation.
partisan thing. This is literally just, hey, this is a pretty fucking stupid decision,
Yeah.
and it impacts something that we're very passionate about.
Yeah, and again, just to provide like kind of an overarching thing here, I forget, SEMA posted the economic impact of racing in Wisconsin. It's something like $40 billion annually. I mean, it's a gigantic chunk of our
I
annual
feel like
GDP.
not only Wisconsin, but motorsports are a part of American history.
Yeah.
So like to do things against it, it feels so wrong.
Feels yucky, dude.
It feels super yucky.
Feels yucky.
And I'm trying my best to take myself out, my hobbies out of it, and look at it from an outside perspective. And it's like,
You just
I
gotta
don't get it still.
You just got to be really a grumpy person to not understand it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It-
I'm trying to think of another hobby. Like if there's a hobby out there that I don't do that I get annoyed with, and if it bothers me and I can't, it's like I just let people do whatever the fuck
Yeah,
they
just do
want
your
to
thing,
do.
bro. It ain't my
They
jam.
ain't bothering me. They're not bugging me. I'm not going out and finding it and then standing out front saying it's annoying me.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
yeah.
My favorite, it's the same conversation as guys that buy or build homes next to farms and then complain about farm smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, my dude.
Like I said, it's literally everywhere.
You know?
It is,
What?
no matter what the situation is, there's someone who's just like the common sense. If you're just look where you're fucking moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of research. Do a little bit of something.
It's actually really smart to do that. You shouldn't just buy the first house that pops up. If you find a house you like, go and look at reports and the school system and the
Yes.
block you're on. And
That is your
everything.
responsibility.
That is like the same way you'd research buying a car. I mean, we don't gotta tell the people listening on a
Yeah,
podcast.
no, I
they
get
know,
it.
but
You're
like
good.
it's so people are stupid, dude. People are so goddamn stupid. It hurts.
It does hurt. It really does.
That one
hurt.
gets me all fired up. It makes me so
It should.
indescribably
No, yeah.
angry.
It should. It absolutely should. But we won't end on a bad note. I'll give you guys a little bit of a good note as
All
you
right,
head
bet.
into the weekend.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have been looking at doing.
Are you supposed to leak those?
Yeah, Lars gave me.
Yeah,
the
Lars
go-ahead
said, "Hey,
to-
we wanna
to
tease you a
leak it
little
a little
bit."
bit." So I'm gonna tease this. Podcast always gets special things. That's why when you guys
True.
listen, you hear it here first. Typically, right now we're working on some MartiniWorks lug nuts, but we all know that
Special.
we really want good ones,
Yeah.
like enthusiast ones, because we've used ones we've liked and we've used ones that sucked. So we're going through the trial and error process right now of finding which ones we do like.
These ones seem pretty good.
These
Yeah,
ones
they're
do
pretty
seem good.
nice.
Those are
They're
titanium.
Titanium.
But we're also looking at doing some like normal ones.
Yes,
too, so
yeah. But
I know
we want to have
titanium
some really nice ones too.
crazy expensive.
And yeah, they have like the spinning seat
That's
on them
nice.
and
That's
the
nice.
nice
Loading seat.
knurling on the tip. And I like this look, like the tuner style look to them. But we're going to be contacting the factory that produces these and makes these and adding some tweaks if we can. But we'll keep you guys updated on that. I think it's always super cool when we're able to we're like making our own parts. Like, that
Yeah, we
is
started
so
with
neat.
the valve stem caps, which a lot of you guys and gals have picked up, and
Yeah.
I really like those. I think those are a really cool touch. So we're trying to expand that a little bit. Just thinking of things that like you get when you're buying like wheels and tires for your car or just parts for your car that can like help with just like quality of life, because I know how many fucking times I've bought wheels and tires, and then it's like I go to put them on the car, and it's like, oh my god, I forgot
lugs
lug
don't
nuts.
work.
You need
So I
lug
need to
nuts,
run
yeah.
and go get the shitty ones from like O'Reilly's or something
But that's
like
the
that.
thing. It's like there's honestly not a ton of options out there for like really nice ones or good ones.
Weird.
So we want to just be able to offer that. So if you guys have any feedback too, something you're looking for, let us know. We listen to our audience. That's what sets us apart from a lot of others too, is like we're going through the comments, we're hearing what you guys are saying, and we want to give you guys the best things possible too, because at the end of the day, we're enthusiasts just like you. So we want good stuff. We want to make good stuff, and we want to provide the right car mods for you. So thank you guys for listening. The last sponsor of today's podcast is Motegi. They have extremely cool finishes on their wheels. You can see it behind us and some of the content we do. But also, too, these wheels come in at a bit more of affordable price. You're not going to be spending tons and tons to get these, which is nice. I think Motegi hits the sweet spot for finding a nice set of wheels without breaking the bank. They have a ton of different models, some really good looking ones. Some of my personal favorites, I would say, are the Motegi Battles, and then also, Jules, what's the name of the 3-spoke again?
The 3-spoke there, the Kojin.
Yeah. I always forget the name, but I really like that one, and that's the one we're slapping on the S15 and using it to drift with. So these can absolutely hold up to doing a little bit of motorsport action and stuff too. They're built really nice. Again, they just don't break the bank. So head on over to MartiniWorks, see if there's any Motegi wheels that you enjoy. If you have any questions, let us know. Thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast. Dustin, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Yeah, Joe, thanks for being here.
I'm here.
And we'll talk to you guys same time next week on Friday.
Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.